You ever look at a guy so big and think, yeah, if he sneezed too hard, I'd probably fly across the room? That's pretty much what it felt like seeing J.J. Watt in his prime. He wasn't just a defensive end, he was a human bulldozer with a smile.
What else can he do? And Watt blasts him with a TFL. Everybody knows he's coming, and they can't stop it.
I don't know any other adjectives to describe the guy other than amazing.
The kind of player who could flatten a 300-pound lineman, sack the quarterback, and then help him up like, sorry brother, just business. But here's the real question. How good was J.J. Watt actually? Was he just a freak athlete who had a few great years, or one of the most dominant forces the NFL has ever seen? Let's find out. This is our channel, and today, we're going deep into the story of a man who turned destruction into an art form.
With the 11th pick in the 2011 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select J.J. Watt, defensive end, Wisconsin.
The rise of a relentless giant. J.J. Watt wasn't supposed to be a superstar. Born in 1989 in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, he started out as a kid obsessed with sports, hockey, football, anything that involved competition. But get this, his first college team didn't even want him as a defensive player. At Central Michigan, he was a tight end. The problem, they barely threw him the ball. So one day,
at a young age, it's good to realize that, you can make plays outside of sacking the quarterback.
Got it down! What? What a player.
Watt walked into the coach's office and said something crazy. I want to quit and walk on at Wisconsin as a defensive lineman. No scholarship, no guarantee, just a dream and a mountain of self-belief. Most players wouldn't take that risk. J.J. Watt thrived on it. At Wisconsin, he transformed. Coaches said he practiced like a man being chased by time. Every rep was personal. Every drill was war. By his senior year, NFL scouts couldn't stop watching him. He wasn't the biggest or fastest lineman, but he had an engine that never turned off. The draft day out. In 2011, the Houston Texans picked J.J. Watt 11th overall. Fans booed. Yes, booed. They wanted flashy offensive players, not a boring defensive lineman from Wisconsin. J.J. didn't say much. He just smiled that quiet, dangerous smile that said, "You'll see." And they did. Oh, they really did. Dominance like no other. By 2012, J.J. Watt was not just good, he was terrifying. That season, he recorded 20.5 sacks, 39 tackles for loss, and 16 pass deflections. Those aren't stats, those are video game numbers. He won Defensive Player of the Year, and quarterbacks started studying him like he was an offensive threat. You couldn't run from him. You couldn't block him. You could only hope he got tired, but he never did. He had a move called the swat, where he'd time the quarterback's throw perfectly and bat the ball down with his massive hands. It became his signature, and it completely changed how defenses played. Players feared getting Watted. Coaches had to rewrite playbooks to deal with him, and just when you thought he couldn't get better, he did. A season for the ages. In 2014, J.J. Watt had a season that belongs in the Football Hall of Myths. He had 20.5 sacks again, 5 fumble recoveries, an interception, and 2 touchdowns. Wait, make that 5 touchdowns, because the Texans started using him as a tight end too. Yeah, the man was playing both sides of the ball and scoring. He even caught a touchdown pass and saluted the crowd like, "Yeah, I do that too." That year,
J.J. Watt with another batted ball.
he became the first player in NFL history with 2 20-sack seasons. Most legends never even hit 20 once. The scary part, he did it while constantly being double and triple teamed. Even then, he found ways to wreck the game. He won his second Defensive Player of the Year, and some analysts said he should have been MVP, the first defensive player to do so in decades. The leader and the legend. But J.J. Watt wasn't just great on the field, he was beloved off it. He was known for his humility, his charity work, and his connection with fans. When Hurricane Harvey devastated Houston in 2017, Watt started a small fundraiser with a goal of $200,000. It ended up raising over $37 million. That's not just football greatness, that's human greatness. He visited hospitals, built homes, and made people believe in something bigger than sports. Even rivals respected him. You could hit J.J. Watt hard, talk trash, and he'd just smile because he knew who he was. He didn't need to be loud to be feared. Pain behind the power. But greatness often comes with a price. From 2016 onward, Watt's body started to break down. Torn groins, fractured tibia, dislocated elbow, multiple surgeries. Every time people said, "He's done," Watt came back, sometimes limping, sometimes taped together, but always fighting. He once said, "I'm not trying to prove people wrong. I'm proving myself right." That quote defines him. Even when his prime years faded, Watt's effort never did. Coaches said he'd still be in the gym at midnight, studying film, preparing like a rookie fighting for a spot. The Arizona chapter. After a decade in Houston, Watt joined the Arizona Cardinals in 2021. He wasn't the same unstoppable force, but flashes of the old JJ still appeared. Powerful tackles, game-changing sacks. That signature, Watt roar, after a big play. Even younger players like Kyler Murray said, "When JJ talks, you listen. It's like God giving you football advice." And then, in 2022, came a moment that perfectly captured his spirit. Just before a game, Watt announced he had gone through heart surgery earlier that week. Yet there he was, suited up, helmet on, ready to play. He said, "The doctors fixed it. I'm fine. Let's go win." You can't coach that kind of heart. The final game, December 2022. J.J. Watt's final NFL game. He recorded 2 sacks, walked off the field smiling. The crowd gave him a standing ovation, not just for his stats, but for what he represented: discipline, strength, and kindness. Teammates hugged him. Opponents saluted him. Fans cried, because they all knew they were witnessing the end of something rare, a career that defined excellence and humility. When Watt retired, he left behind 114.5 sacks, 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 5 All-Pro selections, 5 Pro Bowls, and a legacy that will outlive every highlight reel. How good was he, really? So, how good was J.J. Watt actually? He was dominant, fearless, and relentlessly consistent. At his peak, there wasn't a single player on earth who could block him one-on-one. He was the rare kind of defender who changed how the game was played. And even when the injuries came, his spirit never broke. Watt's greatness wasn't just in the sacks, it was in the example he set. Hard work, integrity, compassion, the kind of legacy every athlete wishes they could leave behind. J.J. Watt wasn't just good, he was unforgettable. He made fear look noble and power look kind. He played with fire, lived with purpose, and left the game on his own terms. So here's my question for you. If you could build one perfect defensive player, would J.J. Watt be your blueprint? Let me know in the comment. Thanks for watching my video, where legends live forever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories from the world of sports.